Alright, hello and welcome. We're going to be playing Splatterhouse today. For those that don't know, this game was originally released in arcades around 1988, so before Doom even had its whole spiel with getting rid of evil things like demons, monsters, experiments, all of the likes. Splatterhouse was a thing. And it originally came out for arcades, also was ported to the TurboGrafx 16, amongst a few other things. So, it does have a storied history, and this game didn't really get a whole lot of recognition whenever it came out. Didn't really get much of anything, honestly. But we do play as Rick here, who... pretty generic story, you have to save the girl. But it gets the story rolling, so it helps just to have something to go for in your stories. But yeah, originally there were 3 games that came out back in the day. It was Splatterhouse 1, 2, and 3. Go figure. They were just a numbered series. And each of them, Dr. Henry West would be up to no good, along with the Terror Mask, who currently is presented in front of us and voiced by the ever awesome Jim Cummings.
Let's just say I'm God. You're God. At least the only God that's listening right now. What do I want? Same as any God.
And some people may put this connection together, but Jim Cummings, very prolific, appears in a shit ton of things, so it shouldn't be surprising if you know him. But the one that always stands out for me is he is Cat from Cat Dog. So, our mask is voiced by Cat from Cat Dog, amongst a very long list of other things that he has appeared in.
Quit whining. Did I say it was gonna be fun? You're gonna have to learn to love the pain. There's a lot more of it to come.
What have you done to me? What am I? What am I?
You're mine, Rick.
Jen.
Until Jen's back safe in your arms, you're mine.
So yeah, we've formed an unlikely alliance with our mask here.
Phase 1. Satan's Mask.
So we have Rick, we have the Terror Mask, we have Dr. Henry West, and we also have Jen, who we need to save.
You. We're a team now. You help me get what I want, and I help you get your girl back.
What the fuck is going on?
And this may come as no surprise, but yeah, this game is very bloody, very violent, very crude,
It is good to
but
finally be
it's basically all the
free.
things that I look for in a game, so.
Come on, let's go kill something. It's been too long, and I'm way out of practice.
But it also has a killer-ass metal soundtrack, so. If you're into extreme amounts of violence, just kind of ripping things apart as you go, and love heavy metal, this is probably going to be your game. Because it mainly just consists of absolutely murdering things. But we just get the grunt enemies and a little bit of taste of what we can have for power later. And I have played this before. It's been about 10 years now, though. This is actually my original copy that I got way back when at GameStop around 2009 or 10, I think it was. This game came out. And the whole game won't really be us just absolutely shredding everything. It was just kind of how most games do. It gives you a taste of what is to come.
First kill. Oops. Too much for you, Rico? Shit. You humans are so fragile. See, you're still weak. We have to take it slower. Build your strength.
So yeah, Rick being unable to handle the power of the mask kind of just makes it where we have to build up to get better.
What are you? I don't know anything about you.
You set me free, I owe you. That's all you need to know.
Somehow I don't believe you.
And somehow I don't care. Believe what you want.
So as far as I remember in the original Splatterhouses, things came to terms eventually with Rick and the Terror Mask where they had to face off against each other. And unfortunately this game never really got a sequel, for those that don't really know. But yeah, the game never really ended up going anywhere, and spoilers, but it does have a very harsh cliffhanger kind of ending. So if you're looking for some sort of conclusion at the end of all of this, well, sadly, you're never really going to get it. Because, yeah, it kind of just cliffhangs and then never happens. And it is a pretty difficult game. In the beginning anyways. Once you get the blood siphon, then you get a lot better. But you need to build up blood siphon in order to use it. So it's going to be a little touchy in the beginning until we start actually killing things. So we just need to do a little better while I'm not explaining stuff anyways. So this game rewards very aggressive kind of play in the fact that it lets you build meter. If you can see the bar by the mask, it currently has nothing in it. But it definitely rewards being very aggressive, and it also has a form of glory kills. If you've played the new Dooms anyways, they should seem kind of familiar. They give you a lot of blood for performing them. It's kind of like Doom's glory kills anyways. It gives you a bit more whenever you do them. So you get a gratuitous amount of blood, and since we've already ripped that thing's head off, might as well pull its lungs out. So yeah, now we have one bar in our mask gauge, I guess you could call it. So now we can use blood siphon. And I am just playing on what you would call normal difficulty. The game calls it Savage, I think. But yeah, whenever we start getting low on health, we can use blood siphon to gain a lot of it back. If not, just flat out all of it. But this game is a little weird in the fact that I think it's actually more challenging in the beginning than it is later. Just because you kind of start off really weak. But eventually your roll and stuff will get like invulnerability frames and all this other stuff, so... And you get a lot more health. The biggest thing is just the roll not having the invulnerability, honestly. Like, it hurts a lot not having a roll with invulnerability. That's usually the upgrade that I go for first.
Jennifer!
So Jen's been kidnapped by Henry West, who absolutely eviscerated us in the beginning, but that comes more along later. And now we've got pretty much cannon fodder enemies just used for building blood gauge. So I can go ahead and siphon them, get our health back up, and then just go to town on the rest of them. Again, these enemies are rather weak, They don't really take much, so not too much to worry about. I'm kind of surprised they don't really start you with these guys instead of the spiky grunt guys, who seem to be a bit more durable, but I guess they wanted to give you somewhat of a challenge to begin with, just to show you that the game can be dangerous. Though at the same time, I'm not the best at beat-em-ups. But now we get the example of weapons. Actually, back in the arcade games, you could do the same thing. You could get 2x4s, you could get cleavers, you could get... I think it was like a wrench that you can throw. But yeah, you could get weapons. And weapons do a lot of damage. They hit really hard, do a ton of damage, just absolutely clean house. And again, we can get stuff like 2x4s, we can get shotguns, a whole bunch of stuff that we'll get along the way. And I definitely want to take advantage of this opening up to run through. Or not. Well, we'll be stuck here for a second then. Yeah, I'm sure everyone wanted to see that real close. Unfortunately, our camera angle seems to be a little stuck too, but the door opens so we can get through.
Thirst, Rick. Call it a passion. See, when it comes to blood, I'm something of a connoisseur, you know? You give me blood, I give you power. I make you stronger. You understand?
Basically, the mask is just telling us, hey, you kill more things, you get better upgrades. It's not too hard of a concept. Here we have the boar worms. Whenever you destroy random objects and whatnot, you can actually get boar worms that pop out. I think they're actually a reference to the first game, like the very first game, because you face a boss that happens to be the boar worms. Not entirely sure if that's the case, but they do seem to be in that game, from what I remember. And yes, in this game as well, you can be dismembered. You may have noticed whenever I died earlier that I was missing my arm by the end of it. But the funny thing is, we can use our own arm as weapons, which is kind of funny.
You are such a pussy.
Good line, too. I kind of like the whole chemistry between the mask and Rick, anyways. The mask is a snarky asshole, but at the same time he's a helpful snarky asshole, so you just kind of have to live with him. And of course, being voiced by Jim Cummings doesn't hurt either. Go ahead and grab this.
To while away the years and tap the youthful life energies of this Catholic student body, have once again taken up the burden.
What do we got here?
And it's just telling us about charge attacks that we can use against guys like this. Charge attacks are pretty decent, but they do leave you vulnerable for a bit, so you gotta be kind of careful when you use them, of course. I mean,
Ooh, and that pretty girl here.
every time.
Smell her too. Oh, she smells good. Terror.
From the Journal of Dr.
Confusion.
Panic. Theories in biology find little favor.
And yeah, the mask. All about that terror, horror, blood, guts, ass, everything. And this is why we love Terror Mask, because he's an asshole.
Jennifer!
You lost her.
Where do we go now?
Down there, down there.
This game isn't super heavy on story. It's mainly just for having fun. Just kind of going through, having an absolute ball, tearing shit to pieces. I guess if you do like Doom, this is a pretty decent substitute, honestly. I mean, it doesn't have like a shitload of weapons. It doesn't have like, you know, the Doomslayer kind of story, but at the same time, it is a pretty fun game. I mean, just if you want to start ripping things to pieces, just going on an absolute tear, it can be pretty fun just to mess around. It does take a bit to start getting into getting the good moves and, you know, just building up to the heavy shit. But at the same time, it's definitely not bad. I mean, it starts off, you're really weak. You need to get better, but
Oh, disgusting.
it is an interesting story as far as like enemy types and stuff go. Like Henry West has been kidnapping college kids and basically just experimenting on them. So it's not really like demons, it's more crazy mad scientist sort of thing going on.
Mark. Dan, I know these people. We took stats together last semester.
They're better off dead, Rick. West
Like Rick was saying, he knows these people. They kind of were his classmates. And because Dr. West has been kidnapping college students, he's been experimenting on them, just absolutely horrific kind of mutations and shit going on. Honestly, I think the strongest part of this game is probably just the writing, because the character of Rick and Terror Mask are pretty much what make it. And Terror Mask is just a treat. Like, I couldn't imagine anybody but Jim Cummings doing Terror Mask at this point, honestly. Because the dude is just... he basically sells it. Like, if there were anybody else to do it, I really couldn't give it to you, because the man just has a way with doing it. It's kind of insane how good he is at just selling the character. But we do get ourselves another little glory kill. I guess you could call them gory kills in this one, because Rick don't mess around. Unfortunately, we are getting a little clustered there, though, so definitely don't want that to keep going. The only unfortunate part is back whenever this game came out, space was a bit more of a precious commodity, so it's definitely kind of unfortunate that there aren't really a whole lot of glory kills, or executions, whatever you want to call them. There's very limited amount for each enemy, so it's kind of sad that they didn't really put a whole lot of them. I think there's about 2 per enemy. So, a little sad that it's like that, but at the same time, the ones that we do get are pretty great, and the Terror Mask's little quips whenever he does them are just hilarious. Like, you're ripping a dude in half, and the mask is just like, you want to see what your spine looks like? Like, it's just really well sold by Jim Cummings. Like, dude is artful at what he does. But yeah, you will be seeing a lot of the same executions. Like I said, it's kind of unfortunate, but it is a product of its time, where space was just, you didn't have a whole lot of it. So, I mean, you still had quite a bit, but not like hundreds and hundreds of gigabytes. I think most games around this era were probably within 10 gigabytes. Or right around the range, so you couldn't just go crazy with it. Even though Blu-ray was dual layered, but did make it a little harder. And here's the guy that's ripped our arm off before. So now we're gonna have to kick his ass. Hopefully. Maybe. And we do want to take advantage of our rolls whenever we can, just so he doesn't absolutely destroy us. He does let out his little roar, but nothing too insane.
I could say I wasn't really enjoying this. Lion!
And yeah, we use his own arm to rip his head off. Very fun. Very efficient. And now we get our blood moves. Which, of course, first things first, I want the unstoppable, which makes our roll have invulnerability frames, which is just fantastic. I definitely want more health, because not being dead is fantastic. So yeah. Well, I was going to grab that head to use as a weapon, but I guess we don't get it. But yeah, we do get upgrades as we go along. We can get more health, more combos, more mask moves, I guess you can call them.
What is...
So yeah, something deeper is going on with our friend Dr. West there. Something sinister, creepy, possibly supernatural. At least I don't think most people would survive a dagger to the brain. But hey, he's built different, I guess. I do like this loading screen too. I just like how Rick is just hanging out in the background while these things are fighting amongst themselves. And you know he's ready to whoop some ass.
Phase 2. The doll that bled.
And yeah, the chapters are called phases. It's kind of like, I guess, supposed to be doing phases of the moon kind of thing. I'm not really sure why it drained all the blood gauge whenever we switched chapters, but at the same time, like, whatever. Unfortunately, I killed him before I could execute him, but it's whatever. There will be plenty more opportunities to do that as we go.
Ancient symbols of power, illuminated by blood.
So we've got an eyeball and a tentacle? I don't really know. I don't really know in particular what we have to do for that, but we'll go ahead and turn the crank. And apparently ring the dinner bell.
I suppose this is the Glee Club.
You know, I'm pretty sure that was a show around the time Glee. I never really watched it. Back when I was probably around sophomore to junior year of high school. I didn't really watch Glee. I think back then was more of anime. I guess I can't really say back then because it still kind of is, but I never watched Glee. I do remember American Idol being rather popular around that time too, though. But never watched that either, so I guess I can't really say anything. I think that guy just hit his own friend, so I couldn't get the execute on him.
Let me put it like this. I'm just getting warmed up.
There's gonna be an awful lot of arms laying around here. I'd say I give him a hand, but... Ah yes, and we have pictures of Jin, which I will have to censor in post, so that'll be fun. Use your imagination to see half-naked women. But yeah, the collectibles in this game happen to be of Rick's girlfriend in suggestive poses. Because Rick is a naughty boy. And also it, I guess, made people go after collectibles or something, I don't know. Well, they're eyeballs, so I'm gonna choose the one that looks like an eyeball.
Wrong one.
Oh no.
College boy, you are pretty stupid.
He acts like I'm supposed to know about some ancient Mayan, like, eyeball puzzle. Oh well. Not surprised that I would get it wrong anyways.
Nice one.
Eventually we do get more moves, though, that end up being, like, super dangerous. Splatter mask moves are, in particular, the best thing in our arsenal later on. Which the mask moves end up being, like, really, really good. From the beginning of the game, whenever we were doing the kind of bone blade stuff, that was our essential thing for our mask moves later on. But yeah, we'll get more and more as we go. Again, this game is basically just gratuitous, crude, extreme violence. All very fantastic. Exactly what I look for.
You're just too smart for your own good.
I don't know why he's calling us smart after he was just calling us dumb.
Descending into hell.
And this is fun because this is actually a little homage to the first games. The original Splatterhouses 1, 2, and 3 were actually side-scrollers. So, this is a little decent homage to those, and everything kind of died in one hit, basically, in the old games. So, it is nice that they pay homage to the originals, even though I don't think a lot of people played them, even that played this game. But at the same time, they give you the originals in this game. Like, they flat out give you Splatterhouse 1, 2, and 3 whenever you get this game. You just have to unlock them. So, if you get this game, you actually get the originals, which is really cool. I'm glad that they do that, because it's just really interesting to see. And insta-kill pits always scare the shit out of me, so good job on that. Always spooked by insta-kill pits. Never like them. Because then you feel like an idiot when you fall in them. Which, yeah, I'd probably do. Not even gonna lie. It is pretty fun to see the old games, though. I mean, you can tell that Rick is very heavily Jason Voorhees inspired kind of character. Like, it's pretty damn obvious that he was inspired by Jason Voorhees. His whole spiel is a jumpsuit and murdering a lot of stuff. So, it kind of makes sense, honestly, that he would be inspired by Jason. But in the original games, story was even less of a thing, really. I mean, you had story. Essentially, you just kind of see that Rick is on the ground originally, and then the terror mask kind of just floats to him. And then the game begins. Like, there's not a whole... He's stolen your girl! You kind of just wake up in a dungeon after the title screen. I don't know if the ports are exactly the same as the original, so that may be a little off, depending, but yeah, that's essentially how the games begin on this game. Like, you basically have your girl trapped and have to go save her.
Well, let's show 'em what we can do. Get you some.
And here we do have to throw these guys onto the spikes, but kind of have to wait for them to lower. So I guess I'm just going to tear this guy's lungs out and call it a day.
Finish him off.
Now we need this guy over here. And there's our spike. So, I'm not really sure why this guy wasn't moving, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. Bulletstorm, eat your heart out. Don't know how many people have played Bulletstorm, but very, very gratuitous itself, where you can kick a bunch of enemies into spikes and stuff and do combos that get you a lot more points. The game is just over the top and really fun. Which is weird that it was made by the same people that made Duke Nukem, which is to say Gearbox, I'm pretty sure, made it. Same people that made Borderlands, that sort of stuff. I don't know if Gearbox was the ones that made Duke Nukem, or they were like publishers. I'm not entirely sure, so I guess I can't really attribute that to them, but I know they made Borderlands, but I'm not entirely sure if they were just publishers on like Bulletstorm. I'm pretty sure they made that one as well. So they have a decent 50-50 of good and bad games. Especially whenever it comes to Duke Nukem. I'm sure most people remember that train wreck. Especially since it was labeled Duke Nukem Forever and literally took, what was it, like, damn near 15, 20 years to come out? Like, damn. They took their time. Definitely gonna want to get rid of the big asshole while we have a cleaver, because it deals like half of his health.
Take him down before I make some of better.
And there's our invulnerability frames on our roll, really coming in handy.
This just ain't your lucky day.
Again, invulnerability frames, really good. And now we can actually use his head as a weapon, which is kind of hilarious and terrible. At least if I pick it up before it despawns, it probably is going to despawn pretty soon here. In fact, I'm pretty sure it already did. Yeah, it's gone. Unfortunately, can't use it as a weapon whenever it's gone. Doesn't work like that. Let's go say hi to these guys. I'm sure they'll really appreciate our company as we beat them to absolute bloody pulps. Blood Siphon is just so good of an ability. Like, I'm kind of surprised that they start you with absolutely no blood and no Blood Siphon. Especially whenever you're at your weakest in the beginning. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter. You get the point very soon. Also, I just said that whenever there was a spike on the screen. I don't know if I should point out that that was not intentional, but whatever. Have that other spike spawn. Now, we can do some real work. Oop, missed. Come here. Let's try this again. No, don't kick him. Throw him. Throw him up there. No, you're supposed to actually impale him. Hang on. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, me. There we go. There. That's better.
2x4. Handy.
And all these worms. I mean, it's just free blood points for breaking shit, so might as well. Guess I could see if I can get an upgrade here pretty shortly. Meanwhile, this guy's trying to jump scare me. And damn near killing me. But near is not entirely. Somewhat Dead is still mostly alive. And I want my 2x4 back.
2x4. Handy. Let's do some fucking carpentry.
Guess we're not going through there. Maybe. Oh, well, I guess it just took a second. Not sure why. But then again, who knows? Could just be slow loading times. Well, this doesn't look like a trap, so by all means, let's go right into it. Definitely need some blood back, so
2x4. Handy.
I do like how they splat against the walls if you happen to hit them just right. It's actually a neat little thing like in the original. Actually, let me check some of my moves here. Okay, so if I look at my moves, let's see what we've got. Uppercut, overdrive, your face, my fist, TNT. I think that one increases my... Yeah, it does like a little AoE. A-bomb. So, we do have some moves that we can get. I guess we'll just go for the fast moves because I tend to use those a lot more. Enables Rick to perform barrage punches until the enemy dies. Face Melter. Aptly named. And I can't really do those yet, so I'm not worried about it. weapon durability, weaponized grab, and it gives us extra blood points. Yeah, I'll definitely go for that. Now we can grab with weapons. It's pretty cool. I don't know at the same time if I like that it shows you that you get weapons like this. I mean, I know I kind of spoiled that we have a shotgun and stuff, but at the same time, I don't know in weapon upgrade menus, like, I like kind of when they're blurred out. That way you kind of have something that you don't really know. You don't know what to look for. Ooh, I do like this move, though. You, like, throw the enemy around you whenever you grab them. It's really nice. I guess I could do the uppercut, too, just for shits and giggles. Spinning attack that clears away enemies. Yeah, we'll try that. Okay. We've got some stuff. And now we can actually grab them with weapons, so we can take advantage of that fact to get extra blood points. Which is nice. So let's see. I don't know how many extra is extra, but it says we get extra, so same time, might as well go for it. Until we need to throw them against shit. Which we probably need to also get them on the upper ones, so let's go ahead and open this up. Excuse me, sir. I need you. You are the key. Unfortunately, you open the doors, so they're kind of necessary. Any more enemies? Oh, I guess it just takes 3. Also, yeah, the Terror Mask, kind of insane. Love him. I'll say it till the end of days. Terror Mask is probably one of the best companions that you can have in a game. And he's an asshole. Can't forget that part.
That woman here.
West's wife, his dead wife, looks just like your girl, don't she?
Wait.
Kind of
How do you
freaky
know
close to
about
have
that?
Jennifer.
I know what your favorite movie is. I know what your favorite cereal is. I know that when you're alone with that pretty girl of yours, you love to
Hey,
just...
cut it out.
Then find more things for us to kill. Blood and carnage always make me feel more cooperative.
He's such an asshole, but you kind of have to love him. Like, he's one of those assholes where he's just enough of an asshole
Now we're cooking.
to where he's awesome.
Jennifer!
Wow. She got prettier.
Well, I think I just found out.
Pretty ugly, but
What's going on?
experiencing a little bit of slowdown, but I think that's just because of the clusterfuck of blood on the screen. Makes sense.
Me?
I was hoping to rip his arms off for some weapons, but that's probably one of my favorite lines for the execution. Asking a man what he wants to see if his spine looks like as you tear him in half is quite up there on the list of things that I don't think most people will ever see in their life. Everything dead? Maybe? Yep.
Save me, Rick.
Jenny, I'm coming.
I'm coming and I'm armed. Literally.
Did you hear that, Rick? I believe Jen is in fucking trouble. Let's go.
Fuck, will you just shut the fuck up?
God, he's such an asshole. Wow. Just shoved a hand in that dude's mouth. Also, the soundtrack fucking slaps. I think they have like Lamb of God and stuff in this game. But if you're a metalhead, I don't think it'll disappoint. Going absolutely ballistic, just tearing demons apart as you listen to heavy drums and shredding guitars. It's kind of beautiful. Messed up, beyond all belief, but kind of beautiful. And now we have a blue bastard. Who I can't grab. Not really sure what's up with that. Maybe it's because he's in an animation.
I want to see what's inside.
Well, unfortunately he died, so I can't really see what's inside. Sorry, Terror Mask. I'll try harder next time. Looks like a ground pound button. I've played enough Banjo-Kazooie to know what's up. Damn, that hit me on the way back. Must be some really sharp spikes. Lots of these guys. I gotta get out from in the middle of them. I like my enemies on one side.
I want more. Impressive.
Oh yeah. Huh. Don't think I've ever seen something like that happen. That was interesting.
Well, let's show them what we can do.
Might as well get us an arm.
Your lucky day, is it?
It's not the best weapon because its durability is ass, but hey, it's a weapon. That pony just... No, it's got wheels. I was about to say. It looks like it's floating.
Lenora and I were never blessed.
Well, hello! Party time.
Think of all my creations as my children now. They play in the grounds.
This man busts into your room, fucking 350-pound in a mask. What do you do?
Problem.
I'd shit yourself.
Screams disturb my concentration as I'm working.
Okay, pushing multiple gramophones at the same time, not a good idea.
The student population at the university is to provide. The children consume human flesh.
Ow. That bastard hurt.
It was not to my taste.
Okay, don't push multiple gramophones at the same time. Otherwise, they will overlap and it will kill everybody's ears. Noted. Also, watch out for these bastards. Because they hit like fucking trucks, apparently.
I said good day, sir.
Nice Willy Wonka reference. Think. I may be completely off base, but I think he was talking about you lose. Good day, sir. Hell, I'm sure there's plenty of things that have said that, so who knows? All I know is murdering demons. Uppercut. I've heard of splitting headaches, but never crushing ones. Is that all you had for me? Nah, I didn't think so.
Boy, Ricky. Scream all you want.
Even in the creature's last breaths, the mask is just a total asshole. I love it. A chandelier on the floor is really messing with the whole, being able to hit things. It's really odd. Like it keeps lifting me up. And unfortunately, I keep killing things before I can actually execute them.
Seriously? Stop.
What are you doing? Oh, Dr. West, it's so big.
Do you ever stop talking?
Like, how does this band go from being a complete asshole to doing a Jin parody voice, like, that good? Damn, they're sending the whole shelf at me. I was about to say, did I break it by doing it too well? Just sending bookshelves at me and I dodge.
Hold it right there, Ricko.
Why? It's just a...
Doll? Is that what you were gonna say?
Well, that's fucking creepy.
Okay, you raggedy little fucker. Let's see what you're made of.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, now look what you did. Me and your big mouth.
Yeah. It's pretty big. It's also not letting us near it while it's throwing shit at us. So I guess we just have to dodge until it runs out of shit to throw. We also have invulnerability frames, so it's not too bad. Well, it will be pretty bad if I don't use them. Yeah. I keep not rolling like an idiot. I'll get it one of these times, I swear. Yeah, like that. Ooh, and then it hit me while I was getting out of that. It's not good.
Look out! Look out!
I didn't mean to use 2 of those. Whoops. That's not good. A big ass boss. Like, really big boss. Oh. It still has active hit frames whenever it pulls that one back. Okay. Okay, we got 1 siphon back, which is good. It's just minding that shockwave that it releases under it. I guess I could have hit it while it was doing that. Maybe that might be the play. I can run between its legs. Kind of Ganon this thing. At least Legend of Zelda 64 style Ganon. Need it to slam the ground again. Main thing. Come on, you can do it. Try and slam the ground. I believe in you. Getting there. And I am getting better at dodging, surprisingly. Probably a good thing we upgraded these speed moves, though. I needed to use that one drill move. That made it sit in the ground for a while. Need to get out of this corner as well. Because, yeah, being in a corner with that big bastard, not exactly a good way to spend your day. Especially since it's a creepy fucking doll underneath it all. Should be first phase. I think. Yep. And we're going down. Also, this soundtrack is fucking awesome.
Doll's buried in there somewhere. Destroy it.
One way of doing it. I wonder what Rick thinks under or after all of this. Like, in the beginning of the day here, he was just a normal ass dude, like, doing an interview for college. And now it's like he's fighting demonic demon dolls and shit.
Look out! Stay alert, Rick. Run!
Watch the clock.
Well, that weakened it a lot.
Look out! The floor's already weakened! Heads up!
I didn't really do a whole lot to that. The vulnerability frames on this roll are definitely really good. Helps a lot.
Here, rip the chest open.
Gross, it's got like a jaw. Kinda cool though. I like the design. It's just a bunch of crap piled up, but at the same time it's got like a very almost kind of Lovecraftian. Although I assume this game is very heavily inspired by Lovecraft stuff. So, it would make sense. I mean, if you look at the giant heart tree in the background, that is pretty apparent. I really like that design back there, honestly. Like, heart root tree or something. It's really weird.
Heads up!
Need health, so.
Look out!
Yeah, we're back to the whole pattern that we had in the first time. So it shouldn't be too different. Oh, it recovered really fast, though. Yeah, it's recovering slightly faster. That's not good. It's gonna make it a little harder to hit it. At least, I'm not gonna hit it as much now. It's recovering like a half a second sooner than it was.
Look out!
Yeah, that'll take a second for it. Ah, I pushed the wrong button to dodge. That was just my mistake. I hit R1 instead, so he tried to run.
Look out!
It keeps pushing me back, but it's not really, like, hitting me, in a way. It's just kind of stumbling me. Which is not too bad. I guess as long as I stick to it, I don't really have that much of a problem. Like, it's stumbling me, but it's not hitting me, is the thing. Yeah, like it was basically just like stumbling me. Like I wasn't taking any damage from it.
Holy shit!
Almost missed that because I was kind of not both hands on my controller. That would have been bad. Oh yeah, your ass is going down now. Stop hitting yourself. I love Rick's splatter mode. Like the mask mode. It just looks fucking awesome. Basically like bone fragments jutting out of his skin, but like to the extreme.
I ain't your mama, asshole. You still don't trust me, do you, Rick?
You already know the answer.
Well, that's too bad. Trusting me is the only chance you got.
Jen!
I don't think he was very much expecting us to live.
Is it possible? I see it all now. A Mobius strip without beginning or end. Perhaps. No. Too late. Too late. A soul must make room for another. Take my advice, boy. Enjoy what little extra life that thing has given you. And don't try to follow us.
West recognized us.
Well, you got one of those faces. Now go!
I wonder if he's being an asshole because West recognized him? Or something else. You never know. Also, damn what Rick does for his woman. Get you a man like him and you will never wish for another thing in your life.
Hey,
Maybe one day I'll get one where you look like you're having fun. Dr. West? Hello? Anyone here?
we have fun. Look, I got us tickets for that concert at the Arkham Bowl tomorrow, didn't I?
You betcha. Shadow over Arkham rock through the solar eclipse. Tell me you got backstage passes too, and I'll marry you right now.